What up, y'all? It's your girl T, and welcome back to my reaction channel where we go over all things trending. If it's lit, then you know we gotta talk about it. So sit back, relax, and hit that subscribe button so you can become a part of the greatest community on YouTube. Now let's get into this video. Alright, y'all, so don't hate me. I miss y'all. And I'm so sorry about this little hiatus that I took. Honestly, it was completely unexpected. Life just kind of happened. The holidays were coming through, and it's been really hard on me and my girl because it's just like, we don't really, deal with our family like that. So it was just a lot going on. And then on top of that, when I wanted to dive back into it, my camera stopped working. So honestly, it was just like thing after thing after thing. But nonetheless, we are back at it. Enough chit chat. I just wanted to say Happy New Year, y'all. And I just appreciate y'all for still rocking with me. Those of you who do, I truly appreciate the love and support. And yeah, we back and we better. So yeah, y'all, we back at it again. Instead of us going back and catching up on all the videos that we missed, we're just gonna leave that in 2024, and we're just gonna get the ball rolling with the Tea Room's most recent two videos. So the first one is titled Dearra Taylor suing Ken Walker for stealing $100,000 from joint account. Plus, Boogie cheated on Carmen. We in 2025 and we still got Carmen and Big Boogie drama going on. It's crazy. That just lets me know it ain't gonna stop. And I'm really interested to see about the whole Dearra and Ken situation because honestly, it came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. And it's like joint accounts. So was it like one of those accounts that, she forgot about and, Ken didn't forget about it, so he was running it up and taking all that money. I don't know, but I know that Dearra, she having it with her new with her glasses company. So yeah, she need all her coin. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what's good with that. But before we do, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, double tap that bell so you're notified anytime I drop another reaction. Now let's get into this one.
So now in a previous video, I spoke on Boogie's ex-girlfriend spending Christmas with him, as well as people stating that she's been living in his Atlanta home, although he's been in a relationship with Carmen. Well, people are even more confused after she reposted something on Facebook. Now the repost stated, going into 2025 with the man I met in 2023. And then she writes 2018 and still going strong. So now it appears that she's speaking on her relationship with Boogie. So now how was he in a relationship with Carmen just last month and she's claiming that she's been with him since 2018? But you guys leave your opinions on that down in the comment section below. But let's move on to this next topic with Dearra and Ken. Now, about a week or so ago, I reported on Ken taking over the Dearra and Ken Facebook page, which it doesn't appear that that page is going to be solely just Ken, because one of the first videos that he posted was a video of him and Justice. If you guys don't know who Justice is, this is Ken's new girlfriend, Justice, aka Juju. Now, they've been dating for a while, so maybe I shouldn't say new. Now, not only that, Ken changed the name of his YouTube page from Who is Ken to Just Ken, which is Justice and Ken. In the description on the channel reads, "Welcome to the channel of Justice and Ken. We'll be doing a variety of fun activities, lifestyle, as well as individual content." So now Ken has rebranded himself from Just Ken to Justice and Ken. Now, shout out to Royalties World because she just dropped some very interesting tea. Now, according to public court documents, Dearra is now suing Ken. These documents were just filed on December 31st. So Dearra started off 2025 with a hefty lawsuit. Now let's read the complaint on what Dearra is actually suing Ken for. It states, "Now comes plaintiff Dearra Taylor by and through undersigned counsel and filed this complaint against defendant Kenneth Walker for inter alia, which is just a fancy legal word for, amongst other things, breach of fiduciary duty, theft by taking, theft by conversion and embezzlement, breach of contract, and unjust enrichment and other misconduct as more specifically set forth herein. Plaintiff hereby petitions the Honorable Court for general damages, special damages, punitive damages, and damages resulting from Walker's actions and other appropriate and just relief, stating as follows. Now, this document is 22 pages, but I'm just going to read through what Dearra is claiming. If you guys want a full breakdown of this whole document, I will link Realty's World video down below because she went through everything. But let's just start off with what Dearra is stating. So it starts off by claiming Taylor and Walker are public figures with successful careers as social media influencers. Taylor and Walker began dating in 2014. At the time, Taylor was an aspiring social media influencer with a small following, and Walker was working at Home Depot. In 2016, the parties decide to formalize the business and establish DK4L LLC on July 19th, 2016 in the state of Georgia, with DK4L being an abbreviation wordplay on the name of their YouTube channel. As the parties' YouTube channel continued to grow, the parties began to receive many lucrative brand deals, and major companies and brands launched DK4L merchandise, had the opportunity to go on tour, meet fans, and even got the opportunity to be in a blockbuster movie. Now, if you're following along, I'm now at number 11. States at this point, the parties were traveling a lot and decided to expand their business to include a second YouTube page, Vlogs by DK4L, where the parties logged about their travels. The parties' two YouTube channels amassed over 9 million subscribers. The parties were a brand and took the necessary steps to protect their brands, trademarking DK4L for clothing and entertainment services in 2018. The DK Gang for fan group in 2019. Taylor's personal brand also grew during this time, and she was offered independent deals with brands such as Savage Fenty and Fashion Nova. Although Taylor was offered these deals as an individual, separate and apart from DK4L LLC, she put all of the earnings from her individual deals into the DK4L account as a measure of goodwill towards Walker and the business they had built together. So I'm on number 15. If you guys hear what Dearra is claiming here, she put the money that she earned from her own deals into a joint business account. Now let's start off with number 16. It states, at this point, DK4L LLC, brand of a happy couple, had grown into a multi-million-dollar business and was thriving. Unfortunately, the party's brand as a happy couple, consequently, the DK4L LLC began to suffer after Walker was involved in a series of cheating scandals that went viral. Walker apologized and promised that he had learned from his mistake and would never cheat again. And Dearra sought counseling as the parties attempted to reconcile. Things seemed to be back on track for the parties. In 2019, Walker proposed to Taylor in Greece, and Taylor accepted his proposal, believing Walker was a changed man. After the proposal, the brand not only recovered, it skyrocketed. During COVID-19, the parties were on lockdown together and made content daily, which helped bolster their business. But in November of 2020, the business and Taylor were shattered when Walker was caught in yet another cheating scandal that went viral. Walker was devastated by the negative press that followed, and Taylor showed mercy towards Walker, who suffered mentally as a result of the negative press, by staying with him. However, things were never the same. Taylor began doing solo content segments to post on the party's YouTube channel to make sure the channel had new content and continued to bring in revenue. Walker was angry and took issue with Taylor doing solo content. Although his cheating was the only reason they couldn't do joint content, and he didn't take the initiative to make any individual content for their YouTube channels, knowing that content was vital to DK4L LLC's success. Walker's anger and unwarranted, as the money from Taylor's content was still going directly into the DK4L LLC's account. During that time, Walker refused to make content and do the work necessary to repair the party's brand, and he did not want Taylor to make solo content. Taylor, however, was legally obligated to continue to make content as she was under contract with several brands, so she did. So now I'm on number 26. It reads, Taylor's popularity grew even more as she produced more and more independent content, and Walker got more and more jealous of her independent success, and it became apparent the relationship was on the rocks. In May of 2021, while Taylor was out of town completing a brand deal, Walker once again got caught up in another scandal involving women that went viral. This time, Walker was seen on a live stream flirting with other women and asking them inappropriate questions. Walker again pleaded with Taylor to stay and tried to blame the media for trying to keep them apart. He also attempted to use emotional blackmail to get her to stay, as he had done in the past. However, this time it was unsuccessful. In May of 2021, Taylor and Walker officially split. Shortly thereafter, Walker informed Taylor that he was moving out of their shared apartment and that he had found a new home, was getting a car separate and apart from the vehicle they shared, and informed Taylor that he didn't want anything from the house and had no intention of helping Taylor move. Taylor moved out without much assistance from Walker, and then Taylor became aware that Walker attempted to collect payments from Taylor's personal deals and sponsorships behind her back. After this, it became clear that the parties could not continue as business partners. They attempted to reach an agreement on their own, but they couldn't agree. So they enlisted the attorney who they typically use for their other business matters. With the help of the lawyer, the parties reached an agreement. Taylor would pay the remaining balance on the Tesla the parties shared out of her personal money, and in turn keep the Tesla. The Tesla was subject to a loan secured by $40,000 of the parties' money, so she agreed they would split the $40,000 evenly. After the loan was paid off, the bank returned the money. The parties agreed to leave the YouTube pages active so they could continue generating money and split the money in the DK4L LLC account, with $220,000 going to Walker and $254,000 going to Taylor. Taylor's cut being higher because of her higher contribution to the account. After the payout, the parties agreed to leave the remaining balance, approximately $80,000, in the account to cover outstanding bills, staff payroll, and other obligations of DK4L LLC. Taylor and Walker would both get to keep their retirement accounts, each worth approximately $70,000. The parties did not disclose their other social media platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, because they never made any money from those platforms. On or around November 23rd, 2022, Taylor was paying DK4L LLC's bills out of the DK4L LLC's account and discovered that the account was almost empty. When Taylor checked the account and realized that Walker had transferred a series large lump sums of money to himself without saying a word to her, and in violation of the agreement they made. When Taylor asked Walker about it, he admitted to taking the money and claimed it was because he was drowning in medical bills and couldn't work, even though the majority of the money was stolen prior to Walker incurring those medical bills. Walker not only acknowledged that he stole the money, he acknowledged that he owed and was obligated to pay back the money he took from the DK4L LLC's account. After taking a more in-depth review, the transactions in the DK4L LLC account, Taylor realized Walker had been stealing money from the DK4L LLC account for over a year, beginning towards the end of the relationship, and Taylor discovered that Walker had received the $40,000 collateral back from the bank for the secured Tesla loan without giving her half, $20,000, as previously agreed. While Walker admitted to stealing the money, admitted to receiving and spending the money back from the secured Tesla loan, and agreed to pay it all back, Walker tried to justify his actions by claiming Taylor had spent more money out of the account during the relationship. In December of 2022, the parties again enlisted their business attorney to help the parties figure out the best path forward. As the tensions between the parties continued to increase, with the help of their business attorney, the parties came up with a new agreement that addressed the car, the YouTube channels, and the real estate. Walker could keep the $40,000 and sign the title to the Tesla over to Taylor. Since the parties could not agree on how their YouTube channels would be used by who and a buyout fee for use by one party, the parties agreed to delete their YouTube channels as it was only beneficial to Walker, whom was stealing all of its earnings. So now we're getting the real reason why their YouTube channels were deleted after they initially claimed that they weren't going to be deleting them. Well, let's continue. Walker and Taylor would split the proceeds from the real estate 50-50. The parties agreed to dissolve the business, which was officially dissolved on December 30th, 2022. Taylor and Walker honored all the terms of this agreement, but failed to honor the agreement to repay Taylor made between the parties independently for the money stolen from DK4L LLC's account. The parties had limited interaction in 2023. In September of 2023, Taylor hired a bookkeeping and accounting service, Busy Bee Accounting Service LLC, to prepare the business books to file the remaining unfiled tax returns for DK4L LLC. Because of the magnitude of the accounting needed, Taylor had to hire an additional accounting service, Envision Business Management Group LLC, to prepare the taxes. Envision Business Management Group completed the work and let both Taylor and Walker know what the tax liability would be, as well as the daily penalties being accrued for the late filings. Walker ignored their communications, and Taylor was left to deal with the accounting service alone. The parties had limited interactions in 2024. In November 2024, Taylor had DK4L LLC's attorney reach out to Walker regarding the taxes, and Walker finally responded and said he couldn't afford to pay the taxes, but would sign a promissory agreement if Taylor would pay the total tax liability for the DK4L LLC. The attorney drew up the promissory agreement and sent it to Walker, but then he stopped communicating with Taylor and the attorney, only to reach out weeks later in December 2024 to complain about Taylor reactivating her old personal Snapchat page that was previously named after both Taylor and Walker, and the potential revenue that Taylor might be receiving. Taylor paid the state of Georgia $339 for 2021 state taxes and $340 for 2022 state taxes on or around September 11, 2024. Taylor also paid the IRS $11,000 on or around November 11, 2024, which equaled half of DK4L LLC's outstanding tax debt. Taylor was waiting on the executed promissory note to pay the remaining IRS balance of $11,000, but it was never received. Walker continues to cry broke, stating that he had to move back in with his mother and feign an inability to pay Taylor back for the money he stole. However, Walker received approximately $237,000, as did Taylor, from the sale of their joint-owned real estate in 2023. And Walker continues to post himself living a luxury lifestyle on social media, and the views from the posts, whether real or fake, garner views that correlate to income. So Walker has and does have the means to repay Taylor the money he stole and cover the tax liabilities on the state and federal level. So these are all of the reasons why Dearra is filing this lawsuit. Now let's see what she's actually asking for. It states prayer for relief. One, that the court award Dearra general and special damages in the amount to be determined by the tier of fact which the evidence will establish as exceeding $100,000. That the court award Taylor punitive damages against Walker for plaintiff's claims against Walker and for his willful, malicious, wanton, and oppressive conduct in the amount to be determined by the tier of fact. That the court award Dearra her cost of litigation in this action and her reasonable attorney fees under OCGA 13611. That the court grant Taylor the right to have a trial by jury on all issues triable to a jury, and that the court grant such additional relief as the court deems proper and just. Respectfully submitted this 31st day of December 2024. So now you guys leave your opinions on this situation down in the comment section below, but I will say now everything is starting to make sense. So I see why Ken did that whole rebranding of the Facebook page, because he's stating that Dearra took their Snapchat, so he's gonna take the Facebook. Ken is claiming that he doesn't have the funds to repay Dearra and that he actually moved back home with his mother. Now I did hear a rumor that might actually be true, that Ken is now living back at home because he couldn't afford the apartment that he was living in. Now he's having to revamp everything because he didn't have much success being alone on YouTube, so he had to bring in justice. So this was an in-depth, detailed description of the rise and fall of DK4L. We'll see what happens from here. Again, you guys leave your opinions down in the comment section below.
So that was the end of the video, and I am not gonna lie, that is a lot of stuff going on. So we're gonna start with the whole Carmen and Big Boogie situation because that was the first one that was presented to us. Now, I'm so sick of hearing about this. I feel like Carmen, she has been winning in the background. She got her new house. I think she's finally done entertaining Corey. At least I think. I haven't really been tuning in like that. But yeah, I feel like she gotta wake up and I don't know, is the clout really worth it? To me, it's seeming like Big Boogie is definitely still with that woman. I don't think she's just out here delusional and just thinking that they're still together. No, I very well think that they are still, doing what they do. They might still be in a secret relationship. She might be the real girlfriend and Carmen is the media girlfriend. I don't know, but it's definitely some weird stuff going on. But if I was Carmen, I would just cut your losses. I feel like you have built your platform up enough to where you don't need him, you don't need Corey, just do you. And I feel like you'll just, keep progressing because all this Big Boogie popping out with other females, being linked with other females, it's just messy because you're not gonna get, called a cheater that many times unless you are putting yourself in risky situations to where you're linked to another person. That's just me. So yeah, as far as that whole situation, that's all I gotta say. Carmen, cut your losses and do you. And yo, as far as this whole Dearra and Ken situation, Ken, pay that girl her money because now, yes, I do understand that right now we're only hearing one side, Dearra's side, but I don't really see her reasoning to want to lie. I mean, it's not like she wants him back. She is doing so much better without him, on her own. She got her a girl now, a successful sunglasses business. She is doing her biggest one. I don't think that she needs anything from Ken, but she's just going to the courts, which is, I love it. I love it right there. But she's going to the courts to get what is owed to her. Based on, the tea room going through all the documents, it's definitely giving, he's just I don't know, he's giving bitter because this is it kind of gives he's irritated or mad at her. And are you mad that she's successful without you? I don't understand because, we did keep seeing you get caught cheating. And then you try and blame the internet. Oh, it's the internet's fault. No, sir. You are making choices, the wrong choices at that, over and over and over again. And you got tricked out of your spot. You was thinking with the head downstairs, not the one up here. And it has you in this situation right now. So I have seen him posting. I've seen him on social media, different ones. He got the Facebook page now. He's definitely making money. I don't think that he's just out here being a bum. I don't think that he has, he may very well have medical bills, but he probably already paid them off. I really don't think that he's the broke boy he's trying to paint himself out to be. So, with that being said, Ken, just pay her money. You already admitted to taking it, and then like time and time again, y'all will come up with an agreement, and then you would either stop replying or just not go along with it. Like, bro, get yourself together for real. Like, you got a whole new girl. You trying to, get that couple money up again. Making a new channel with your new girl, and that's cool and dandy. You can do that as soon as you pay Dearra her money, expeditiously, please. Like, this is just crazy, but. I honestly admit I am so happy that Dearra's taking it to the courts, seeing with all that back and forth over social media. Pay me my money, please. And honestly, I cannot be mad at her at all. So yeah, we're just gonna keep watching the tea room to see what else goes down with this story. Cause I ain't gonna lie, are y'all invested? Because I'm very much invested. Like, I remember watching all of their videos. I was actually type sad when they broke up, but at the same time, type happy because it was just like, can you keep getting caught? But yeah, nonetheless, man, I wish the best to both of them. I hope that Dearra gets favor in this lawsuit and that she gets everything that she is owed, as well as Ken. I hope he gets everything that he is owed as well. Again, we are only hearing one side of the story, but hey, that's why we're gonna keep on watching to hear his side. Hopefully he tells his side. But yeah, y'all, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank y'all so much for rocking out with me throughout this whole video. I know it was more on the long side, but y'all stayed here and I appreciate y'all. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Happy New Year once again. And yeah, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, double tap that bell so you're notified anytime I drop another reaction. And until the next one, God bless y'all. Peace.